ANOUSTA, and we're here in the ANOUSTA shop at Pump Hill near Wimborne in Dorset. I'm going to talk about moisturisers for a minute. I make 4 different moisturisers. They are Unscented, Ylang Ylang, Orange and Chamomile, Lavender and Geranium, and Rose Otto. There is also another moisturiser for the men. Come on to that later. When people do come in for a moisturiser, I do advise that they take a cleanser first because we like the two to work together. So it's the ANOUSTA cleanser and moisturiser. Some people who have had all sorts of problems and issues with their skin, maybe reacted to a product, another product previously, we start them off on a very simple route where they use the cleanser to start with and then perhaps an unscented moisturiser. So they're getting the cold pressed almond oil, they're getting the thistle oil, they're getting the vegetable, not animal glycerin, and they're getting the vitamin E, but they're not having any other essential oils in their moisturiser to deal with. So some people prefer an unscented, that's absolutely great, and other people need it because they're having some kind of skin reaction going on. I have to say that when people come in, as they often do to the shop, and they say, I've got sensitive skin, I'm usually the first one to go, yippee! It's good news. That means your skin's working. Be grateful you've got sensitive skin. It means that it's actually doing its job. If you're having a problem with something, it's simply because inadvertently you're putting something on the skin that is causing a problem, and your skin is doing you a favour. It's letting you know. So it's always good news if you do have a skin reaction. Needless to say, none of us want to have a skin problem, but it does make you look at the back of the jar, the packet, the tube, whatever, and wonder what is in it, and that's good. So, unscented we've talked about. The most popular moisturiser that ANOUSTA products do is this one, which is the Lavender and Geranium. Lavender and Geranium is a really good all-round moisturiser. Something else I need to explain here. Again, quite a few people come in saying, can I have a day cream or can I have a night cream? I have to say I think this is a bit of a myth, and I think it's a myth that's being perpetuated by the cosmetic industry, the so-called beauty industry. If they can persuade women, and more now men, that they need something for night and something for day, they're going to make a lot more money. So I would ask you to think about this for a minute. When dawn is arising or when dusk is approaching, does your skin go into a panic and suddenly need something different? It never has. As a baby you didn't need a day and a night cream, so you're no different as an adult. I think a day and a night cream is a complete myth myself. It is an opportunity at night time to apply oils. If you feel your skin is particularly dry, you may not want to put oils on under a makeup, for example, under a foundation. So that might be the time to apply something that's perhaps a little richer at night. But I still don't think you need a day cream and a night cream. The moisturiser I've made and used for 10 years, and my favourite is the Lavender and Geranium. I have to say, I've noticed in the shop that women around the sort of 35 mark move from liking the Ylang Ylang, Orange and Chamomile smells more, and they kind of do this sort of transfer into preferring the Lavender and Geranium. Very interesting how that happens, not quite sure why, but I think it is to do with the skin as we mature benefits more from Lavender and Geranium mix. However, there are lots of people that really don't like that scent, and so we always say when they come into the shop, don't read the labels, don't be persuaded by any writing, go by your sense of smell and what your nose tells you, because it knows. The other moisturiser that we do is the Rose Otto. This is the creme de la creme. It's beautiful. We pay a lot of money to get a really good quality essential oil of Rose Otto. It's not cheap. I mean, the last time we bought some it was £639 for just 50 mils. And that is why it is not the same price as the other moisturisers. However, it's worth it. It smells heavenly. It has vitamin A in it, so it's a slightly different colour. It's a little bit more pale yellow, and that's the vitamin A that's been added to it, as well as the vitamin E. All the moisturisers have vitamin E. We usually find that if people have very dry skin, it doesn't matter, they don't need to go for the Ylang Ylang Orange and Chamomile Moisturiser, even though that's the one that we call is perhaps the most suitable one for very dry skin. If that's the case, they will find they get on just as well with the Lavender and Geranium. The men tend to not require or not want a moisturiser as often, but when they do, we do the men's moisturiser, and that's Lavender and Cedarwood. A lot of men like the cedarwood smell, so that's what it looks like. I'm just about to see that, I think. And again, a jar will last, well, it depends on how generous you are with it really, but a jar will last something like 2 to 4 months, depending on sort of the rate that you're using it. So we've had wonderful feedback over the last 10 years with the moisturisers. If you have any questions, you're most welcome to call us on 0845 257 9078, or you can read more on the website anousta.co.uk.